What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode 252 of Two Amazon Sellers and a Microphone, brought to you by Solozo. And Kris, I don't know about you. Are you a little? Were you a little tired?
We made it.
Huh?
Yeah. We made it. We made it back. Yeah, I'm a
We
little tired.
I was a little exhausted. Yeah, we spent basically all week in Las Vegas for the Helium 10 Sell and Scale Summit, and it was quite the event.
Yeah, great time. I mean, what was that? Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. That's a lot of time in Vegas. Anybody who hasn't been, I'd probably only go like 2 days to stay in Vegas. But yeah, we spent a lot of time. But it was good. It was a fun time.
Yeah, and we really wanted to jump on and just kind of give a recap. We attended quite a few conferences. This one was really well done, and that we had a lot of fun. We're going to kind of go through a little bit of their agenda, some tips and tactics that we learned. But I thought overall, Kris, just as a high level overview, the production level of the conference was really high, and the way they had it set up, the main theater stage there, where it's like auditorium type, looked like it was really nice, good energy, lots of music going.
That was good. It was good. The location I liked. It wasn't on the Strip. It was at the Virgin Hotel, and it wasn't on the Strip. So we pretty much stayed in our hotel and at the conference the whole time. I mean, with an exception of, we wanted to go bet on some. We wanted to go bet on some Monday Night Football, so we had to go check out different. But that was all right. But so we did a little. We just stayed there. But anybody who went to Prosper knows that. That venue, was really spread open, right? So you're walking so far to get to the exhibit and back to your hotel room. I think, the team over at Assembly and Helium 10 and all the tools that they were there, whoever was involved in the conference selection, the Virgin had a good venue for that because everything was nice and tight. If I forgot my bags or if I needed to get a phone charger, I just simply went to the elevator real quick, went to my room, and I didn't miss much. It wasn't like I was walking 10 miles a day.
No, and the other thing that was nice about that, just the setup of the Virgin Hotel Conference Center. I mean, literally the casino was right next to the convention hall. There was a ton of restaurants right there. And everybody's hotel room it was 2 minutes to your room, no matter where you were. So what made that nice for this event was everywhere we went, the elevator, the lobby, the casino was all event attendees. So we really were able to network and connect with, I think, more people than at previous conferences.
I agree. Like it was extra networking, if that's even a phrase, but outside of like going to a conference hall, you're running into people on the elevator, like, oh, what do you do? Are you a seller? Or you're running into some people that you may watch on, YouTube, or we had on the podcast. Like there was some influence here at the show. A lot of people, recognized, and we'd recognize a lot of people. And I like that. Like it was, running into people, bouncing ideas off each other, asking how the conference is going for them, asking where they're going, what they're doing at night. The first night we got there was Monday night. We got checked in and all that kind of stuff. And then we went to that beach kickoff party. And that was fun. Like it was right outside the pool area. No one was swimming, right? but we were able to like mingle and see some people that we've had on the podcast, talk to sellers, talk to some current clients. That was cool. Like getting really chit chat with some people. I noticed a guy walking by and he noticed me, and we chatted for a little bit. So like that kickoff party was fun. Just get back in the swing of things and chat with people.
Yeah, I think that for anybody who doesn't attend conferences, I mean, that's the real beauty of it, is the networking, the camaraderie. We always talk about this. You try to talk to your mom or dad or sister or grandparent or whatever about your business, and it's like they don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
not a clue. And here you are surrounded by like-minded entrepreneurial people all in the same space. So every conversation is fun. I learned sometimes more just having those conversations with people. What are they doing? What tools are they using? What are they doing in their different categories that they sell in? What other marketplaces are they on? You know, it's really, really fun to be a part of that. But also from the Solozo perspective, like you said, face to face with clients. I mean, if you're a seller out there, this is an opportunity for you to go meet the teams that are behind some of these tools that you're using, get to know them. I mean, that is invaluable. You know, just you can throw them ideas, suggestions, get to know them, get a little extra love. You know,
and the big sponsor was Walmart, right? The big
Correct.
sponsor there was Walmart, and that was really cool. They had people from the Walmart ads team. They call it Walmart Connect, and they had people from the Walmart Marketplace, and they had Walmart Fulfillment. So, like, if I had a question, and you know what's really funny today? So I logged into my Walmart account, and that payment hold is gone that I had. So to kind of give you a story, I don't know. Maybe that he scanned it and took it off. But so for people, backstory here, I had a 35-day hold on my Walmart payments and went to the booth at the convention here in the exhibit hall and found somebody to talk to. But the first night I found some guy was just standing around. I went up to him and said, "Hey, what do you do?" He's like, "I'm with Walmart." So I start talking to him at the beach party, and he's like, "You know, maybe what you should do is open a ticket, tell them what's going on." I was like, "Tickets, you know, I don't want to open a ticket."
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, "Okay, I'll figure that out." Well, then the next day, I went to their booth and I said, "Hey, I didn't make an appointment." And by the way, Helium 10 and the team over Assembly, the app was really cool. They had an app that you could use where you could like reserve times, you could connect with other sellers, you could see what's happening in the next event. They made it really interactive. Shout out to my Amazon guy, Stephen Pope. They had contests like if you did a poll, you got a certain amount of points. They made it like a gamification kind of thing. So a lot of people were trying to like, you know, get their name out there, answer questions, and like meet up. So that was really fun. I think that really added a different element to it, and I think more conferences should do that because more people are going to come to the conference just for that sheer fact of the gamification and try to get points and whatnot. So that was fun. But back to the story, I went to the booth and I was like, "Hey, look, my payments have been suspended for like 35 days for the last 6 months. So I'm waiting 35 days to get payment. And my metrics are all messed up." He's like, "Oh yeah, we know. We're trying to fix it. It's a bug. Don't worry about it. Let me scan your badge and I'll get back to you about it." So this morning I logged into my account. I was like, "Oh damn, it's gone." So the 35-day hold is now gone. So like, I don't know if that had any impact being at the conference, talking to somebody, but I've opened tickets in the past to try to get that removed and I got nowhere. So maybe it did, but that's what's nice is like Walmart was there and they embraced all of it. Like they were talking to sellers, all of it. It was great. I loved it. That was a good part.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, where else are you going to get that kind of time with somebody to actually look into your issue other than at a conference? But touching on Walmart, you know, they really pulled out sort of all the stops on this one. I mean, they had their whole Walmart Connect team there. They were presenting, they were showing sort of a roadmap of their advertising platform, you know, really embracing third-party sellers onto their platform. You know, we've talked about this in the past, but I mean, it was difficult to get a Walmart account previously. Well, they've opened up the floodgates and the sign up process is very simple. So for anyone who's not selling on Amazon, I mean, not selling on Walmart right now, but wanting to, now's the time. There's a whole lot less friction in getting your account set up and started. And they are actively pursuing third-party sellers. They know they're way behind Amazon in the game. And they are. I mean, their ad platform is still way behind and you know, it's a little clunky loading products. But for me, just seeing them really put together the presence there shows me sort of how aggressively they're really trying to push the .com on Walmart and make it more seller friendly, get more people on there. So that's very, very exciting. Because I booked a one-on-one with Walmart Connect. I had a whole lot of questions about a future brand launching on there. And I sat in a one-on-one booth with the guy from Walmart Connect for half an hour and got all my questions answered. So that part was great for sure.
And we, you know, there's no proof that had anything to do with it by talking to them or even him scanning my badge, but I mean, maybe it had something. I don't know, but on Tuesday. So Tuesday morning. So we, Monday night we got there. I think you and I both called it a night pretty quick. It was just because we've been traveling all day.
Yeah.
I think I was in bed literally by like 10:30.
Yeah.
Or maybe even sooner. But it was a long day. But on Tuesday, so I had all this ambition, and I did it actually to go to Zumba with Bradley over there at Helium 10. That was interesting, right? Like I'd say there's probably 50 or so people that showed up. More start trickling in. Zumba was in the morning, and I didn't know what Zumba was. Like, and Bradley, to his credit, he said, "Zumba's not dancing." And 20 minutes later, I was dancing. Like that. I'm pretty sure I was dancing.
You said he was really good, though.
Yeah, man, the guy can move. Bradley's got some moves. I was blown away. Like he was like hip hop dancing. So that was fun though. Different types of music was playing. He had different types of like music from countries. But it was another opportunity, and he brought us out of our comfort zone, and we were networking with people. But it was an opportunity to meet people, like talk to people, and chat, which was really good. Like again, we talked about this on the previous episode about like getting out of your comfort zone.
Uh-huh.
I probably wouldn't have done that. I probably would have went to a Zumba thing, a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. I probably wouldn't have done that. But I just got up and did it. I just went out there and did it, and everybody's awkward, so it's all good. But then you and I met up at this next event, and we're getting this guy on the podcast. This guy was the like a general manager of a brand with Thrasio, and he was given a VIP exclusive content breakfast. He held like a presentation talking about Angry Orange, and if you don't know who Angry Orange is, go look them up on Amazon and just kind of see what they do and follow them. They're going to be in retail pretty soon. They probably already are. I think he showed some screenshots, but this talk was good. This was all about like taking a brand that was grown on Amazon, changing the packaging, meeting with retailers, getting into Walmart, getting into Target, getting into PetSmart, and just adding more sales channels to what they're already doing. But the way they're doing it with like really good packaging, their imaging is really good. I don't know. What'd you think of it? Did you?
Well, I mean, let's just cut to the chase of the highlight. I mean, they went from 2 million on Amazon to 30 million. So
yeah.
in a year, that's the impact. I mean, and that it's not like that wasn't a successful brand to begin with, but it just showed that covering all your bases, really trying to improve on every aspect of what you're doing, can lead to some monster success. I mean, that really kicked off the whole. That was like, okay, we got motivation going now with what we can do here. And
well, he shared some cool things like that. I don't know if you remember the hack he's talking. No, I wouldn't say hack. I hate that. But like the strategy where they sell that pet odor spray, like to eliminate odor. And on the bottle, they made like a little hang tag. And on the hang tag, it said like 100,000 plus 5-star reviews, and put that on the hang tag. And so now when people are when people are walking through the aisles and they're looking for whatever type of cleaning solution they need, that thing sticks out because no one else is doing that. Like they don't have hang tags like that say that. And then he's putting it on the photo of the main image on Amazon as well. So like talk about scrolling through and seeing all of a sudden, boom, pops up. There's a little hang tag it's 3D rendering. It's not like it's a real photo, but it's like 3D rendering in there. But that is like an attention grabber. And yeah, that was great. So,
well, it was a creative way because I love this kind of living a little bit on the fringe, doing things that everyone else
walking the line.
We all know main image, just your product, white background. But guess how they got around that is they actually made the hang tag a part of their actual product on retail shelves. So now that's what the product looks like. If you were to go buy it, that's what it looks like. And now it's on the listing. And you see that in the list of search results with everything else, and it just pops. It doubles down on the reviews, highlights that fact. It looks like something that is supposed to be in a retail store, not just something that you're going to get in a poly bag. So yeah, I mean, that was a great kickoff just to show, where some of these outside thinkers are coming up with strategies to really compete and dominate. And that's not like that's a low competition category.
Right.
They're really scaling it. And then, that kind of kicked things off. That was with breakfast, but then started opening up into some smaller talks, some breakout sessions. And, we kind of, that was the great thing about the app is you could sort of build your own calendar, your own agenda. And a lot of these talks, another thing that I thought was interesting is they spent a lot of time on mindset, and there was a lot of talks on, just how do you get your mindset right to be a successful entrepreneur. There was quite a few talks on that. There was talks on virtual assistants. So another great person we've had on the podcast, Gilad from VAA Philippines. He gave a great talk on, using trained VAs to help grow your business. And so there was a lot of these different talks throughout the day. They had panel sessions, which were great. Where you had multiple people. We'll talk about sort of the keynote at the end, which I thought was fascinating. But then the head of Walmart Connect spoke, and
yeah,
I mean, that's what you want to see. That shows again, Walmart really pulling out all the stops, sending their main people to this conference to talk to a room full of Amazon sellers, essentially.
Yeah, it was great. Like they basically told us, here's what's on the roadmap for Walmart ads. You want to do Walmart fulfillment. That was a big thing. We're talking about Walmart fulfillment services is like at least get in there. They were discussing 50%. And when I say they, I mean Walmart execs. Like there was the Walmart Connect guy, and then they kind of had an open panel. And one of those said, it's an increase of like 50% of your sales if you do Walmart fulfillment. So I wrote that down. I was like a note, like, let's go check Walmart fulfillment and do that. A lot of people, when she asked the question, like how many people are using WFS, it's probably less than 10% of the room. So they were, so that's a big open, spot or growing section for you is to definitely do WFS. And then the ads, they talked about having more placements, doing things with sponsor brand or what we know as sponsor brand. Things that show up at the top of the search, just more and more opportunities coming. So I think Walmart is getting there, and there's so much that we are wanting from them, but there's only a certain number of things they can launch out all at once. So
yeah,
I'd be curious to see what happens, a year from now, how much more robust and how much more things that we're selling more on Amazon or Walmart just because of them attending this conference. I'm sure they got some great feedback. Maybe they'll do it again. Maybe they'll be another sponsor. Hopefully it continues.
Yeah. They just proved that they're working on these things, that more is to come, which is exciting. Some really good, the caliber of speaker was phenomenal. We had another sort of inspirational keynote, Amy Jo Martin. If anyone doesn't know her story, you should go look her up. She's fascinating. So she did a lot of talk. She had a set of rules for renegades, or I guess early in her career, a mentor called her a renegade. She kind of thought outside the box. A lot of MBA background, marketing. She has. Go look at her list of clients. It's like, it's impressive. But that really kicked off, which would be amplified even more by Gary Vee, but personal branding. What really does separate the human behind the company and the products, and I think for a lot of us, personal branding there's a huge fear barrier that blocks that. It's a lot easier to sit behind a computer and, post products for sale on Amazon and just remove yourself from the equation. But how much are you leaving on the table? How much branding is being left by just being product centric and not story centric or your story? So that was really good. And of course, Gary Vee, we'll talk about him. He took that.
We'll talk about it in a little bit.
Yeah, level 12 on that.
Well, Tuesday night was the Nelly concert. So that was fantastic. That was a great time. I brought up my bling. The theme was denim and diamonds, right? So that was like what Helium 10 sent out was like denim and diamond theme. So I got on Amazon real quick and bought some fake diamonds. It was blinging out, blinging out.
You
My,
you were
my
ready
wife's
to
gonna
roll.
look
Oh,
ridiculous.
It's Nelly, so we had to represent Missouri,
Yeah,
he's a
and
St. Louis guy.
I was a little hoarse after that. I'm still a little voice is still a little
Yeah.
shot, but I think that has to do with more of the screaming at blackjack, and that we'll touch on a little bit later too. But it
Um,
was fun. It was fun.
yeah, he put on a good show. It was fun. I mean, it was a concert for like 500 people. I mean, it was amazing.
And the networking was good. We were looking at it earlier when we got there a little bit earlier and kind of mingled around and networking. That was really great. I know we talked about it at the beginning, but the networking and like just being able to be so like you're tight knit with everybody at the same conference that anybody you ran into was pretty much a seller.
Yeah.
So or a service provider. So we were able to look like, oh yeah, I talked to you earlier. How things going? Or you look familiar, and we chatted. And then the concert started, and it was a good show. It was a good
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. Then it was bedtime after that.
Yeah. Well, we tried to go play some blackjack after the concert. So
Yeah.
after the concert was open, we tried to go play some blackjack, and the casino was just packed. It looked like
Yeah.
everybody had the same idea. And
Yeah.
so I waited around like an hour and a half to see if I
Yeah.
would even get a spot at a table, and
I did not.
nothing was opening. So I think that's probably the best thing.
Yeah, I did not. And so then we move on to Wednesday, and again, same caliber of breakout sessions, same caliber of talks. Brandon Young over breakfast, give a really good presentation. Advanced keyword research. I mean, there was a lot to unpack in that one for sure. But then what was the standout for Wednesday for you, Kris?
Yeah, the VIP breakfast, Brandon Young, he's got that tool Data Dive. I mean, that's really a crazy good tool as far as keyword research goes. So he was showing some good things about how to use his tool Data Dive, how to rank, how to find keyword research, where there's gaps in the market where you can make your listing a little bit better and drive more sales, maybe get more organic ranking potential. So anybody who's looking for a kind of a different tool to check out, I think that tool was really nice to check out on Wednesday. And then we did the whole the luncheon and just kind of hung out and chit chatted. There are all these breakout sessions, but a lot of it was you could just literally go sit at a table. And I think the setup at the exhibit was really nice. They had the main like booths in the middle, and on the outside of the booths were just tables, round tables where people were just sitting, chit chatting, and you just simply just rolled up a table or pulled up to a table and what do you guys do? How's the conference going? What how many SKUs you got? One thing I thought was cool is most people were pretty open. In years past, like, oh, I don't say I'll sell in the baby category or the sports and
Right.
outdoors category. But a lot of that I think was taken away because everybody started to get really comfortable, like, and realize like it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
That
Yeah.
was kind of nice. We chatted about it.
Everyone we talked to or individually talked to, I mean, we were talking about our products, what we sell, what they sell.
Yeah.
People were buying stuff from you there,
Yeah.
getting on Amazon. They're like, this is exactly what I need. I want to buy this right now.
Help.
And it was also a pretty diverse group in terms of size of business. There was a lot of brand new people. We spoke at length with a couple who were launching their very first product. That was fun. We got to really kind of give some insights to them, really help them along.
And kudos to them real quick for coming to a conference like this. Like they don't even have a product yet. It's just on the water, but they both showed up.
Yes.
And talk about like not being in like not knowing what was going on yet. Like they went to this.
Yeah, it was exactly. I mean, I definitely didn't do that when I first started.
No.
And yeah, so absolutely kudos to anybody that was there that's new. Especially the couple we talked to was that they're fun, they were excited about their journey, and I think it was helpful for them to talk to a lot of people, including us, and just hear stories of people that have been in the space for a while. And hey, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't work, but you're going to learn a ton and you're going to be able to be successful with something for sure.
Yeah. And something on Wednesday that I liked, it was that lunch that we had where Leo Segovia, and we're going to try to get him on here too. He talked about how big brands are launching new products on Amazon,
Yes.
and this guy lives in my lane. I think he lives in your lane too, of being like, this is what people are doing. Like, they're doing some shady tactics. Like that's what's happening. But he gave idea like, here's what they're doing. Right, they're doing the search find buy still. They're running aggressive PPC. They're doing insert cards. I sometimes I say you may not say you're doing it, but I'm sure you're
Yeah.
you're doing something like that, right? So he gave really good insights on all that.
Well, what I really liked about that was the way he would reverse engineer figuring out what people would do. He was ordering products, getting the insert, following the flow, figuring out what their messaging was, how they got you to leave a review, and so he was rolling out like, I did this for, I bought this product and tested out their flow and this product. He had screenshots for everything. And he's like, people, you got to look at what other people are doing. Don't be scared by the tactics or, this is 1000% against terms of service. Well, maybe it's not if you tweak it a little bit, and so that was really interesting. There was another presentation, how to grow on Walmart for some Walmart experts. They brought up in this the upcoming, what we would call on Amazon, like sponsor brand headline ads. A similar functionality is coming out on Walmart. The cost per clicks are super cheap right now, considerably cheaper, so, and the competition is less fierce. I mean, there's not nearly the number of people on Walmart using their ad portal or their ad, Walmart Connect for advertising as there are on Amazon. And so they were just talking about a lot of the opportunity that's there. And, I really felt like I was able to connect with more people, but go ahead.
Yeah. Yes. And just some things I'm looking at their Wednesday's schedule here, that things that I attended, you attended as well. Kevin King talked about NFTs and what all that's all about, all going on, growth strategies. That was insane. I mean, he was rapid fire, and the guy talks fast, which I like. And just one thing after another, he kind of broke it down. I was one of those guys like, what the hell's web 1, 2, or 3? What the hell these mean?
Yeah.
So that was really nice. He broke that down and talking about how he's using NFTs, recyclable items, how he's using those to create a product, get behind a mission. But I had kind of like a fanboy moment, and I was sitting there, and anybody who's been in the space for a while can appreciate this. I'm at the middle table, and it's just me and some other seller. We've been sitting. Yeah, I looked over to my right. I'm like, holy crap, that is helium tent Manny Coates and Guy from the AMPM podcast. And anybody who's ever in the space knows, like, those guys pioneered like this whole Amazon.
Yes.
Those guys were there, right? So I just said, hey, thanks for getting me into this mess. I appreciate it. And he's like, what's that? I was like, thanks for getting me into this. This was, I was not doing this before I listened to you guys. And you guys got me hooked into this Amazon space, and now I'm addicted to it. And he had a good laugh about it. And then they sat down, watched, we all watched Kevin's conversation, and it was just cool to like, I don't know. It's cool that these guys had a lot of influence, and they don't even know they had a lot of influence on it. But I just wanted to let them like, you've done a lot in the space. Appreciate it. I never thought I'd get a chance to actually meet you. Let's get a quick picture, and on we go. But they were really cool. Really good guys.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean, that was what got me started, the AMPM podcast. And I mean, I can remember listening to every episode and just trying to implement their tactics. So yeah, kudos to them. They propelled us along our journey.
And the last thing on Wednesday was Neil Patel.
Yes, it was great.
Yeah, really good. So the title said 7 new growth hacks. I think he shared like 20. I think he shared a ton. I think he shared a ton. But he was going through kind of like the same. Everything was like about branding, like how to send them, like, get your message, use text messaging, use email, push notifications. He talked about as one thing. Just kind of staying top of mind when your customers are looking for a product. Like, oh yeah, that brand. So he's a really good marketer. I think just the strategies that he shared somehow he shared, it says 7, but I think he shared more. I know he shared more than that. You could implement those into your business.
Yeah, and no, so well, then we did play blackjack that night. And that was
No, Wednesday night.
yeah,
That was it.
we gotta talk about this a little bit because this was fun. Again, we got the casino. We're sitting around. It's all of our peers. It's all people in the space. That we're just playing blackjack with them, hanging out, having a good time. Won money. That was the best part about it. Typically I don't walk away from Vegas in the positive, but definitely definitely did after blackjack. It was fun. We were trading blackjack strategies with people and talking about, hey, what do you do?
And everybody at the table was there for the conference.
Yes.
So they were a seller, either they had an agency.
Yeah.
And we sat there and yeah, we're sharing strategies like, should I hit here? Should I stay here? And we're not high rolling hundreds here. Like I started with $100 and it lasted me. So, some people laugh about it, but I think it's cool. Like started with 100. It was like 8:00 and didn't stop playing till like 2:00 in the morning or let's say 1:30.
Yeah.
But the $100 lasted me the whole night. So
Yeah.
it's like, I didn't really lose much. And I think I won like $40.
Yeah.
So,
but it was pure entertainment the whole time.
yeah.
Which was fun. And the best part about it, we're all sitting there, we're chit-chat, we're playing blackjack, and you kind of nudge me and you're like, I think that's Flavor Flav right there.
Oh yeah.
And sure enough, there he was, Flavor Flav playing craps on the table right next to us.
Flavor Flav.
Oh, this is great. This is fantastic.
Awesome.
There was stuff like that the whole time. Then we obviously crashed, tried to wake up normal on Thursday, and Thursday was unbelievable. It was half day, three really main keynotes. Jeff Cohen from Amazon was there, give a really neat presentation. I didn't realize his entire backstory, but he went through it, and his journey was impressive. I mean, he's the man at Amazon right now, especially on the advertising side. And
it started out in retail ARB, and
books,
then
books,
started a tool or found a tool, created software, and then Amazon pretty much sniped them away. Now he's like the voice for Amazon sellers on the Amazon ad side. So like now there's actually somebody on the Amazon ad side that knows what it's like to be a seller on Amazon side. Like, so that's really
of every type, whether you're arbitrage or whether you're private label or whatever.
Right.
And you could tell he was like, I can't really believe I'm here. Like it was really cool. He was very humble. Then really impressive stories. There's another panel of, people that have gone from 0 to 1 million on products. And some of these stories were great. Some of the products that they'd launched. I don't know if any of those really stood out to you.
Amazing. There's some good names here that, Kian and Melissa and Trevin, sourcing was Kian's specialty. Trevin's launching products and Melissa was scaling up products. She talked about a strategy you could use on TikTok, where you could bundle pretty much like your competitor's product with your product and have the influencer create a video with all three. And so when people go look for it, like all three have potential get bought together and put them in frequently bought together. So that was really good. But yeah, this was good open like discussion. Bradley was the moderator, asking questions, Q&A, and then each one of those three would answer a question or something. So that was like the warm up before the main keynote. And I'll let you go there, Dustin.
Well, talking about fanboy, I mean, I am a major fan of Gary Vaynerchuk. If anybody's listening to us right now and you don't follow Gary Vaynerchuk on social, you need to right now, because he's fascinating. Talk about outside the box. Talk about predicting the future. I mean, he's done it his whole career. I won't tell his story. You guys can I'm sure y'all know him anyway, but you can go follow his story. But I was fascinated by his ability to come out and deliver direct to the audience. I mean, he speaks to people everywhere. But
it was almost like a survey. Like he came out
yep.
and was doing his talk, and then when he asked like how many of you were posting content, 5 times a day for your brand,
Yeah.
and what 5% of the people said yes.
Yeah.
It took his presentation took a different turn. I feel
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and if we all would have said yes, we are.
Yeah.
I feel like we would have had a different talk than what
Yeah.
he was probably. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
that was like a survey. He's like, oh my gosh, you guys are now we're gonna talk about this. So that was really cool. Like he was able to flip it really fast.
Yeah. But I mean, I know that you and I left because I mean, he was just underpriced attention. He said everything that we are focused on. He's like, you've got people in here that are good at the math side. You've got, you're running Amazon ads, you're running Walmart ads, you're doing the math, you're calculating your bids, you're seeing where the opportunity is. But he's like, I need you guys to shift your focus. That's commoditized. And he's like, guess who's going to win that? The platforms. Amazon's going to win it.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing he's like, you showed up and you had 0 customers. They brought you millions of customers. They deserve whatever they can get, and they're going to get it. They're going to increase their bids. They're going to, increase their fulfillment fees and everything else. They should. You guys are, if you stay in that commoditized lane, they're going to start taking some of your margins. But if you go where there's low priced attention, social, TikTok, Instagram, influencers, personal branding, tell your story. He's like, that's where you can build. He's like, he kept saying, it's free. Why are you not doing it? It's free.
Well, it was nice that like he didn't have any tie to anybody in the room.
Yes.
So he could be, and he already is, he could be blatantly honest about it. Like basically what I got from it is we're all full of shit and we all need to grind harder. Is what I got.
It's exactly right. Yeah. It was
funny.
It was just, it was really, really good. I got inspired. I know that, he kept bringing up podcasts and it kind of, you and I are kind of like, okay, we can pat ourselves on the back for that one. We started it.
Yeah.
It's true. Just for anybody who's listening that, we were hesitant, it's not necessarily our first instinct to just put ourselves out there and talk, especially about mistakes or anything else that we've done. But the power of that, we walked around the conference and people recognized us. They talked to us. It opened doors. It works. And so we left being like, okay, well, we're doing this, but it's narrow. How can we build on this? How can we be doing more TikTok, more YouTube shorts, more commenting? I think that was a good one, like being engaged with everyone that is following you, that are asking questions. It takes time, but the ROI can be huge. The cost is essentially free other than your time, and there's big impact there. So, I mean, in terms of motivating, I mean, everyone who's watched Gary Vaynerchuk should know. I mean, we left really motivated after that talk, and that was a great way to end it. And then, of course, you snuck up there and you got a picture with him, which I'm mad about because I'm his fan, and you got it. You got a selfie with him, which was
I have my head on swivels.
Yes,
I'm able to detect that really well.
Yeah. Oh man, but overall, just wrapping it up, they really did a great job with the conference. We left with a bunch of new contacts, a bunch of new friends, a lot of strategies to try to implement, and excited for them to put this on again. So
well, it's just power of conference. Power of being at a conference. Vegas is a good spot to do it. There's just a lot to do, mingle with people and whatnot. So there's going to be more. I think there's a few more this year. Maybe some people might be going to, but just check them out, look them up. You'll be able to find them.
Absolutely, yeah. And we're able to talk to people about Slows as well, and we had a we're offering a discount. We can offer it now for anybody who's listening. If you want to learn more about Solozo, you can certainly go schedule a demo with us. We'll walk you through the platform and just ask us, and we can extend the discount we were offering to people at the summit to you as well. So just let us know.
Yep.
But all right, well, that kind of wraps it up for that conference. Hope everyone leave us a little feedback on our new background here. We didn't
even talk about it.
Yeah, so my son's a graphic designer. He's young, but he wants to get into it. He created this for us. I kind of like it. So
I love it.
Give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, or let us know what we can do with it. But yeah, enjoying.
I think you did a good job. I think you did a good job here. This looks nice. If you're listening, go to our YouTube channel. You can see it.
Absolutely.
The background is settled, but techie. I'll say techie.
Yes. It looks good. All right. Well, we'll end it there, and we'll be back at this again on Monday. So everyone have a great day, and we'll see you next time.